So this is the Willis College students.willisonline.ca learning portal. It's based on Moodle, which is a well-known and well-used learning management system. I'm going to show you a few things, basically logging in, etc., how the dashboard works. So again, draw your attention to this address up here. That's how you get into the portal. Enter that address into your browser. If you get there successfully, you'll see a screen like this where it's going to ask you for your login name and your password. You should have received an email with that information. Mine happens to be my Willis email. If you're a student, chances are yours is a personal email that was used at the time of registration with the college. So we log in here. If things go sideways and you don't have your password, there's some help at the side. Also, you can contact us IT guys at Willis to help you figure it out. And when you first log in, this is what your dashboard looks like. I'm an instructor, so depending upon the mode I'm in, I'll have some more superpowers than students will have, but I still have some of the student features. Dashboard is where you start. It will list any of the courses that an instructor has enrolled you into. This is one of my courses. These are courses that belong to one of our PSW and MOA instructors because I'm helping out a bit. To access the content in these, you can click any one of these cards to kind of launch. So these are the recent ones I was at. These are all of them. So for example, if I want to go in and see what this Windows Application Security 1 is all about, we'll click there, and this is the main page, the main zone. Little graphic at the top. And then down here are a bunch of hyperlinks that will jump you to useful information. So announcements is a way for your instructor and or other people in the course to post announcements. What a surprise. If you want to see what's inside the announcement, you can click it. And this is a general hello, welcome to day one greeting. This is a full-on website. So using your backward arrows to navigate around completely works. If you want to jump to any one of these spots, you can use this blade on the side, right? So for example, if I want to jump straight back to my dashboard, I could click that. So back into my course, scroll down, announcements. These are PDFs. So if you click on those, you'll get access to the PDF. Some PDFs will download to your computer. Others might render into a pop-up window. PowerPoint slides, depending upon the course. I provided mine as one great big compressed .exe. So when you click that, it will download, and then you run that exe on your laptop, and the PowerPoints get installed on your computer. Other instructors have provided individual PowerPoint files, so you can actually click on them, download, render. The most important part of this whole system is this, the Zoom web meetings. This is how we're going to actually interact and share information in real time, a la video conference. Instructors have gone ahead and set up the meetings that are required, maybe not for the entire however long this situation is going to last, but at least for the foreseeable future. You jump into that link, and the idea is find the appropriate meeting for the day. These are all future meetings, but I can still fire one up. And you click start. Now, most instructors should have theirs configured in such a way that clicking start will automatically tell you to install Zoom or fire up Zoom. There shouldn't be another speed bump that says, give me the password. If you find that happening, raise a flag because there's a setting we can toggle so you don't have to log in twice to do this. Now I'm going to start this meeting. Okay, so now it's trying to find Zoom. If you don't have Zoom installed the first time, it'll walk you through to do it. If you do, it's going to open Zoom meetings. Okay, now I'm going to warn you guys here. I'm in my house coat. So here's some options. Join with computer audio. Again, it's best to join with audio, join with your webcam. Moodle and Zoom are also apps you can install on your smartphone. So if you wanted to, in theory, you could run this from a smartphone. Not as great, not as interactive, but better than nothing. And here we are in Zoom. Pay attention to this little thing, unmute. 9 times out of 10, you start talking, and guess what? You couldn't hear me. If we were in a meeting now, you could hear me. Dog starts to bark, click it and shut that off again. You want to pause the video, you can do that, but you're still connected. This will tell you who's currently on. Here's how you can pull other people in. And from an instructor's point of view, this is extremely useful. This enables you to share resources, including your desktop. So the idea would be you fire up your PowerPoint, you fire up your demo, you share it, everybody can observe. Potentially this could be a two-way share where students might be able to share back to the professor, but obviously for reasons of expediency, we don't want everybody jumping in and sharing during the middle of a lecture, otherwise it's going to be the Wild West. So I'll just show you an example. It gives me options to share. There is a whiteboard, so we can fire that up and type messages and draw doodly pictures or whatever. But for example, if my screen one, sure, I'll share my screen one. Guess what? You don't get to see the share because you're not actually in the meeting at this time. But I just shared my first screen. In theory, on screen one, I could have the PowerPoints, and you'd watch it. When you're sharing, there's a stop share at the top of the shared screen, so you can abort that mission. When you're done, you can end the meeting. Meetings, we'll see how long everybody sets theirs up for, but I've set mine up for 4 hours and 15 minutes. And when all is said and done, yes, there's a chat. Oh, and here's a thing to point out too. There is a record. So the intention is to press record during class sessions so that the instructions can be captured, uploaded later. Zoom provides the ability to upload them into the cloud. So that's probably where they'll be, which means that they may and most likely will be available for review at a later date. So end the meeting. Again, since I started this, I can nuke it for everybody. If you're just leaving, you'll just be leaving on an individual basis. So I shut her down, and that was Zoom. Okay, and meanwhile, back at the learning portal, there are some other zones. So there's a calendar. Your instructor may have entered in some calendar dates, so you can kind of look forward and see what's going on. This is dynamic as well, so you can click and jump to that. Recall this is a web application, so you want to go back to where you were, you just hit the back arrow. Sometimes you hit the back arrow twice to make it listen to you. So again, and then down here, how this looks may vary depending upon the instructor that filled the content, but the idea is to have a week-by-week breakdown of what's going on. So for example, day one is just a how-to with Moodle and Zoom. Here's our goals, here's the work we're going to do. And my goals and work is fairly structured because for this module, it is the same routine. Present, learn, instruct, discuss, do the labs. Again, if you want to go back to the main zone, there's the dashboard, and there's all the courses that are available. Handy dandy ability to look to see who's currently online. Timelines, private files, so there are files that can be loaded. Also, the Moodle, when you log in, you have your own zone. So you may have the ability to upload files and content, hence the private file zone. The other files we saw before were ones that I was sharing. Upcoming events, so this feeds straight off of the calendar. And badges, we'll see that later. Badges, we don't need no stinking badges. They're basically indicators and rewards that can be tied to certain activities. So as you go along, you realize, oh, I got a silver cup because I completed such and such. From your point of view, again, my courses were already there. Calendar, private file, site home. So a slightly different view of what is mapped to my account. Again, you see some PSW and MOA courses there. So nothing in that one yet. To be done. Back to the dashboard. All right, so hopefully that gave you a little bit of a walkthrough. I'm going to stop this video now. Thanks for paying attention. Talk to you later.